Okay, good morning. So last class we discussed regarding the Dagmar approach of how advertising objectives are set. Okay, goal setting has been done. So today we will be studying regarding various budgeting method used for advertising. The first comes is percentage sales method. So it is a commonly used method to set advertising budget. In this method, the amount of advertising is decided on the basis of sales. So advertising budget is specific percent of sales. For example, if you're doing a sales of 3 crore, okay, you can see the below example. Last year sales were 3 crore and the company spent 3 lakh for advertising. It is clear that the company has spent 1% of sales in the last year. So here you are deciding the budgeting percentage on the basis of sales, the last year sales. So the sales may be current or even anticipated. So sometimes the past sales are also used as the base for deciding an ad budget. So here totally percentage will be drawn from the sales. Company has the tendency to maintain certain percent, okay, of sales and add budget to it. So we have seen in cost accounting, the budget expenses are also included in the prices. So based upon the past, the current and expected sales amount for advertising budget is determined how much to be allocated this year. So this method is based on the notion that sales follow advertising efforts and expenditure. So if we do advertising, so automatically our sales will increases. That's what the method says. And it is assumed that there are positive correlation between sales and advertising expenditure. Yes, there are, but the advertisement should be such an effective way. Then only it will increase the sales. This is not scientific method to decide on advertising budget because you're just giving a percentage. The method offer following merits, what you can get it from here. It is based on sales volume. Okay, how much sales you are doing. Therefore, cost of advertising can be offset against profit earned from the sales. It satisfies financial management also. These are the merits of it. This method encourage marketing manager to think in terms of relationship between promotional cost, selling price, and profits per unit. That can be decided on costing of the product and deciding the SP. It maintains competitive parity. All firms in the industry spend approximately the same percentage of sales for advertising if they are very competitive, as per the competition, if they are having the same competition level. It keeps the company in constant touch with the sales target to be achieved because you know what percentage you have fixed and how much you need to achieve or to get back the total expenditure which is made. Demerits, the method has been criticized on the following grounds. In absence of specific guidelines, it is not possible to decide the appropriate percent of sales, and it like a scientific base that we have already discussed in the theory. Long-term planning is not possible because long-term sales forecasting seems difficult because always situation differs, um, things differs, okay, the economic situation differs, the calamity differs. So these things always happen. It neglects other objectives of advertising. Only sales are given priority. It doesn't consider the need of advertising because you have to take out the money of through the sales to achieve that much of target. But here importance for advertising should also be given. Stage of product life cycle is not considered. Which cycle, how much to be spent on it. If it is introduction, growth, maturity, declining, how much to spend on each stage. It is to some extent inflexible. Yes, because you are fixing the percentage. It is assumed that only advertising effect sales. It is erroneous. If the brand image is also good, obviously that also increase the sales. Next is objectives and task method. Okay, this is the most appropriate and budget method for any company. It is a scientific method to set advertising budget. So the method considers company's own environment and requirement. You are setting an objective, you know the task, according to that you are preparing your budget. So objectives and task method guides the manager to develop his promotional budget by first defining specific objective that we have seen in advertising budget objectives. Okay, and advertising objectives we have seen sales objectives and communication objective. Determining the task that must be performed to achieve them. Okay, what are the different tasks we are setting to achieve the above objectives. Estimating the cost of performing the task. how much each task is taking how much money. The sum of these costs is proposed amount for advertising budget. So these three steps will be followed to fix the budget. The method is based on the relationship between the objectives and the tasks to achieve these objectives. So the cost of various advertising activities to be performed to achieve marketing objectives constitute advertising budget also. Now, what are the steps to be followed in this particular setting the budget? First, determine main objectives of marketing department. What objectives you are going to fulfill with this particular advertising you are going for. Next, set advertising objectives in terms of sales, profits, brand loyalty, competitive stability. You have to set which objective you are going, or you can go for the multiple objectives. Determine advertising task in terms of various advertising activities required to be performed to achieve the advertising objectives. You have to step out with these tasks will be serial wise. We have to perform to achieve the objectives which you have mentioned. Next, estimate cost of each advertising activity for the defined period. So this particular period we will spend this much. This particular period we will spend this much. So it will go on. So make sum of cost of all activities. It is the estimated amount for advertising. So here the advertising budget is set on the basis of objectives of the company wants to achieve and in what way it wants to objectives to be achieved. For example, if I say if man of the series award is given in the IPL championship or cricket championship, so you can imagine, oh, this is a big brand. Okay, so this is an objective of creating branding. New car is launched, that will be a man of the match or man of the series. Bike, that can be man of the match and man of the series. And if you want to gift a best cheerleader or best supporter award with the mobile phone or giving them stand, Vivo Mobile is giving it. Those are all creating the branding and loyal customers. So this method is logically consistent and practically applicable for all the companies. The method emphasizes on actual needs of the company. It considered as scientific method to set that budget because here you are deciding your objectives and you are mentioning the task. Scientifically, you are framing your budget. This is the best we can say. Competitive parity method, that is the third one. So here, competition, one of the powerful factors affecting marketing performance. Okay, you all know how competition and how advertising frequently fall, especially at the time of the premiere movie, which was used to be on television. How many advertisement used to come in between those premiere movie, which is newly came to theater and now it is coming on television. You have experienced this. Okay, so advertising activities cost for setting advertising budget. The advertising budget is fixed on the basis of advertising strategy adopted by the competitors also. You have to look where they are, how much they are spending. So with that, you have to be in the race. And for that reason, you have to put the budget. So this competitive factor is given more importance in deciding advertising budget. For example, if you say if the close competitors spend 3% of net sales, the company will spend more or less the same percentage of the advertising. Because here it is assumed that competitors or leaders are always right. If not followed carefully, this method may result into misleading also. Because if competitors are doing, you also need to do. If it's a good strategy, if it is a good company, if it's following, then you have to go for it. Okay, there are some leaders in the market, especially in oligopoly market. If they are doing it, then you should do that. It is obvious that a company differs significantly from the competitors in terms of product characteristics. Okay. Yes, objectives, sales, financial condition, management philosophy, other promotional means and expenses, image and reputation price. So these are all aspects which differ from company to company. So when you are having this, so it's not advisable to follow the competitors blindly, whatever they are doing. The marketing or advertising manager should take competitors' advertising strategy as the base, but should not follow as it is. Okay. The advertising budget must be adjusted to the company's internal and external situation also. So you should look in your boundaries, how much strength you are having, what are your weaknesses and strengths you are having, opportunities. Then you can look into competitor, then you can choose the strategy. So there is no need to go for blindly because we have discussed in first para because the characteristic, objective, financial condition, area of operation, management, philosophy, reputation always changes. Limitation of this method: in case of new product, the method fails to guide for deciding on advertising budget. You can't go with the competitors because you are a new product. You have to come up with the what new things you are bringing in this product. It is difficult to know which stage life cycle the product of close competitor is passing through. Yes, your product may be at growth stage, but their product is at declining stage. So you can compete with that. Company differ in terms of sales, profit, challenge, financial condition, and so on. To follow competitors directly may be erroneous. So you have to check this because you always different from the other companies, organizations. Advertising is not the sole factors that affect the sales. Interplay of many factors determines sales also. In case when there are many competitors, it is difficult to decide as to whom the company should follow. Yes, because you have to compare because there are huge competitors available in the market. Everyone is charging, but how much you should and which company's advertising strategy you should copy. So that will be the problem here if you are taking competitors parity. The method is followed only when there are dominant competitors. In absence of competition, the method cannot be used also. So one thing I can tell you here, Oppo initially came up with in Bijapur market. You have seen they used to do the shows. They brought the dolls, big one, the balloon, so much thing they used to do. So same thing even Vivo also came up with. They also came up with the same advertising expenditure and parity. Okay, Vivo and Oppo you might have seen in near Siddheshwar, Gudi Road, the complex which is there. You might have observed this also, and they were sponsored for our one of the event also. So they came with the whatever the actual partner competitor is doing. The method can make sense only to followers and challengers. It is not applicable to a market leader. Okay, market leader always set the price. He spend whatever he want because he's a leader. It's only for the who are the follower. Now, last one is the affordable or no, not last one. Fourth one is affordable or fund available method. So this is in real sense, not a method to set advertising budget. How much you can afford depend on your capacity. Only that much you should spend on your advertising. Because your company is not having much huge operations, you have to look at your financial position also, how much sound you are, and how much you can spend on advertising, how much you can afford. You have to go for only that much. So here budgetary allocation is made only after meeting of all the expenses. Advertising budget is treated as the residual decision. If fund is available, the company spends. Otherwise, company has to manage without advertising. They can push through the wholesaler, retailer, and dealers. There's a company's capacity to afford is the main criteria. Depend on the how much you can afford. Limitations. The method completely ignores the role or need of advertising in the competitive market environment. Yes, because advertising is important that we have already studied. If you are not going advertising, so it's very tough to sustain in the market. In long run, it leads to uncertain planning as there is no guarantee that company will spend for advertising because if cost remains, then only you're spending. Except company financial position, other factors like company's need for advertising, consumer base, competition, and so forth are ignored here. So this method only guides that a company should not spend beyond its capacity. Okay, it should spend only on how much you can afford. But sometimes if you are in introduction stage, you have to spend huge on advertising to be popular. Branding, we can say. This is not a method in real sense. Okay, but people go for it. It depends on the thinking and budgeting set of the organization. There is a possibility of bias in deciding advertising amount also, how much to be decided this year. Next is expert opinion method. So firms marketing, okay, when they are doing, so they contact some expert. Okay, so both internal external experts will be there to help them advertising. Experts on the basis of rich experience on the area can determine objectively the amount for advertising. So experts apply their estimate individually or gently you can refer with them. Along with the estimates, they also underline certain assumptions. Internal experts involve companies executives such as general manager, marketing manager, advertising manager, sales manager, distribution manager. These are the internal people who can tell you how much to be invested on advertising. So whereas external expert involve marketing consultants, dealers, supplier, distributors, trade association, advertising agencies, and other professional related to field, because they are the main people. They will suggest you how actually you should go for, because they are the main people who are actually they are directly contacting with the customers. The marketing consultants and advertising agency provides such service and professional basis. They will charge for it. It's not free of cost. Advertising budget recommended by external expert is more neutral, bias free, and hence it is reliable. You can go for. Experts consider overall situation and give their opinion how much a company should spend on it. Mostly the experts consider all the relevant factors related to advertising while deciding on advertising budget, because they are looking from the external part of view and they are the expert. So that's why they will give you the exact method of budgeting. So merits of this method: the estimates tend to be more balanced as various executives and experts are involved in it. The budget is more accurate and realistic because the internal executives are well aware of company strength and weaknesses, because you all know they are into the actual ground level. They know what are the strengths and weaknesses, where to target, whom to target. You might have seen MR, medical representative, always directly go to the doctors and they give the offers. They know whom to target it. They know what to give it to him, what the benefits he is looking for, so that you can directly target them. It is the only option when a company is new, having no past experience, then you can go for expert. Once you get experience, you have very experienced CEO or marketing managers, VPs, then they can decide by their own. External experts tend to be more neutral as they are external to organization. They are not internal, they are not biased also. Demerits: it is not scientific method. Personal value, experience, and attitudes play a vital role, because my thinking differ from others' thinking. It is difficult to fix responsibility of the final estimates, as many experts contribute to budget estimates, because different people give different suggestions. So which one has to be chosen? External experts are not fully aware of the company's marketing situation, which is happening. Okay, they should be aware about it. When more internal experts are involved, it may deteriorate relation due to possible conflicts or lack of consensus also. Okay, because relation matters a lot. They are giving internal, they are not neutral. They depend, they may say even from their point of view also, or benefit point of view also. Possibility of prejudice or bias cannot be ignored. So all opinion, right or wrong, are given equal importance here, because you don't know, you're not deciding, because you are giving in others' hand. So that will be the problem. So this is regarding today's topic. If you have any doubts, you can